We are live again. Welcome to the first video taping of the Informal with Sharmal podcast. And this is your host, Sharmal. Damn, that felt good. Yeah, we have come a long way. We're almost going on a year in the next couple of months, and I have done a lot of things that I had not done before in my life. I learned sound recording, sound editing, videography now, amateur but nonetheless. Yeah, I used to be an analyst, man. It's a very not on brand image for me, but like I said, here we are now. So without further ado, look at that, further ado, I'm already messing up. ऐसे होता है दोस्तों. But if there is one thing I know how to do, it's talk about cheap, smart solutions and random bullshit through the week. So let's get started. Let me get my trustworthy friend here who is going to help me out when it comes to remembering what to talk about. But it is now the month of June 2021 when y'all are looking at this beautiful, chiseled, ruggedly handsome face. And I know you've been waiting for it. It's understandable. But there are more important things going on which need to be discussed. So let's move to the first segment of our podcast and talk about false factoids. I received a factoid saying that a therapist made 5 people cry in one day when it came to understanding the current, not just physical, but in this case, mental health of India. What do you guys think? Is it false? Is it true? Is it a record high for therapists to make more than 3 people cry, almost double digits of people cry in a day? Well, think no more. This is absolutely true. I know this therapist. She is a graduate of the Columbia University. That's right. It's an Ivy League university in America. And she has a mental health practice in India. I feel like I may have her on a podcast sometime in the near future. But yeah, it does not bode well for either her or me that now the public knows that she has made 5 people cry across different sittings on the same day. So if the Guinness Book of World Records is looking for a entry, I think this is the one. Plowing ahead here, let's talk a little bit about content pick of the week. That's right, I didn't say cinematic pick because we're talking a little bit more. There's been a lot of wonderful content that's been going around. Now I personally am stuck in the vicinity of my warm home studio. That's right, you can say hello to the Sharmal home studio. And there has been a lockdown that was put into effect a little bit over a month ago, and it's given a lot of creative individuals the outlet to release more content, and I think it's important to talk about it both locally and globally, as always. So I saw this amazing movie called Mank on Netflix. It's based on the life of Herman Mankiewicz, who was a writer who wrote cinematic pieces like Citizen Kane, the Wizard of Oz, with the Tin Man and the lion and all that. And yeah, he was a drunk, a belligerent drunk, so to speak. But he also happened to be one of those folks who knew the ins and outs of the Hollywood industry, like Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MGM, as some people know, um, Paramount Films, all these big names, that you guys see when you're watching a movie. You don't think about it. All you see is that big lion coming out and playing in the credit before any big movie like your Fast and Furious or James Bond or whatever plays. So yeah, these are like the big powerhouses, which were all purely corporate driven. So companies like these, which made very nice, like movies enjoyed by the public, actually operated a lot like a bank, or even like, let's say, like a Fortune 500 company. Suits, ties, the works. And they had very precise scripting and shooting and edits and whatnot. Even back in the day, this is, I'm talking like, I want to say sometime a little bit after 1950s, in the range of 1950 to, let's say, 1980. That's kind of the range that the director has chosen. And you get a outlook into these content creation houses or industry leaders, so to speak, back before content creation was a real thing. When literally the first movies were being made, there was not too much technology, and it was amazing to see at that time, because these films required a lot of money, as they always do, as compared to, let's say, Sharmal talking into this microphone, the infamous microphone as mentioned on the radio style podcasts, and shooting on a simple dual lens camera. These are simple pleasures we take for granted, which we should not. Especially when I saw this movie and I saw that, goddamn dude, like it took about minimum of like 100 people to shoot a very simple movie too. So that's just something to take into account. Not to mention a couple $1 million budget. So anyways, like the Wizard of Oz, even though the graphics and effects look extremely shitty, huge project. That's the way I would label it. Huge project. So Herman Mankiewicz, the guy that this movie is based on, was a writer, and he also happened to highlight the crazy $billion, that's right, billion with a B, $1 billion film industry, and what the behind the scenes is, what these corporates really wanted. So it's kind of like, if you've seen the show Suits, that, but talking about like the product is entertainment. So I highly recommend it. There's some really interesting scenes there, and you understand the conceptualization that goes behind these companies. And nowadays, now we have like you can, as a person, just be a brand, do your own video editing, shooting, the entire, let's say, the filmmaking process, if that's the line you're going into, and you can do it all at like a fraction of the cost. So I guess, as someone who's now creating content, I saw what the starting line was, and also what the ending line is. Think about it like this: Metro Goldwyn Mayer, MGM, was just bought over by Amazon for something like $8.9 billion. So this is a company that's been creating amazing content for decades now. So yeah, literally put, intellectual property has a cost. And if someone is watching this podcast who has no idea what intellectual property is, I highly recommend you see it. If you have something as simple as a phone camera, and you're able to throw in a couple of $1,000 and buy like a simple microphone, you could start creating valuable content that may help people across the country, nay, the world. And yeah, you have nothing to lose. So shout out to Netflix for this amazing recommendation. Let's move ahead to the music picks of the week. I'm gonna talk about 1, 2, 3 picks of the week because I really enjoy these artists. एक तो अपने भाई सिद्धू, shout out to Sidhu Moosewala dropping bombs on us, dude. He's got so many collaborative videos coming out, even with the infamous Indian rapper Divine, who's got the movie Gully Boy, kind of picturing his friend and him and how, you know, they are responsible for the growth of the rap industry in India. So big players like these are now working with Sidhu. Sidhu is a nice, humble, yet provocative young Punjabi male. He enjoys fast cars, guns, but also poetry with vivid imagery. He's a very sweet man when you think about it. Also enjoys dogs and stuff, as seen in the content he creates. So, like I said, very sweet guy, has very simple models as taught in small towns and villages across rural North India. And I really enjoy this content. It's good stuff. It's very grassroots, very nice, as we call it, urban pendu, full power. But I highly recommend it to anyone who's not seen his work. He has a fan following even amongst non-Indians or non-Asians, and it's quite amazing. So Sidhu got new album that's dropped called Moose Tape. That's right, because he's from the Pind of Moose, which is a small village in rural North India called Moose, Moose. So Sidhu Moosewala, quite literally Sidhu from the town of Moose, or the city or village of Moose. But yeah, the man made it to Canada for his higher education, where he learned engineering, probably sonic engineering, and the rest is history. He has documented his journey since then up to now, when he's driving in like Maseratis and goddamn like Bugattis and stuff, hanging out with supermodels and stuff. But he's a simple guy. He likes to keep hanging out. Like he sees a dog, he goes pets the dog. He treats everyone equally. Doesn't come into like this brand and image phenomena, and you know, he keeps it 100. He likes to do wheelies on tractors. He's a stand-up guy. So shout out to Sidhu Baji. I hope you're watching this someday. And yeah, as a North Indian myself, only love for you, bro. Next, moving on into the more global realm, J. Cole, rapper J. Cole, finally dropped his album, and it is blowing my mind. He's got another track with 21 Savage, again, individual who finished college, didn't go down the regular, I'd say, employment opportunity path like people like myself and friends and family around. In fact, as some of the old listeners may know, I actually work for a recruitment firm, and we specialize in employment opportunities for individuals across all ages in North India as well as South India and some other countries. But yeah, the point is that J. Cole, or rapper J. Cole, singer, songwriter, hip-hop artist J. Cole, came out with these amazing bangers where he talks a lot about his journey as a musician, as an artist, how he kind of moved from his time in college, where he was just like shirking his duties as a person, as an individual, and he started taking music more seriously. And he recounts like friends and family in New York who helped him out, because he was this focused guy. He's just spending the entire day in the studio, just cracking out beats, bro, just pop, 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 tss, tss, writing out like lyrics, the whole shebang. So, to rapper J. Cole, I say thank you for your service. Your work has gotten us amateur podcasters and hip hop aficionados out of the funk a lot of times in our life. So, thank you, or God bless and Godspeed. So, that's all I have in the content picks of the week. But let's move on to something more important, which is something called Sporty Saturdays. That's right, it's a segment where I talk about some important happenings in the world of sports. Now, like I said, since we're kind of in the first week of June 2021, there's no real Formula One race happening right now. It will probably be happening at the end of the week. I'm forgetting specifically when, but once it does, you will get my wonderful review on the same. Until then, I have to talk about something sad. That's why I've been beating around the bush. It is Manchester United losing to Villarreal in penalties towards the end of the Europa League with a loss. So, close match, draw, penalties, loss, Man United, Sharmal, sad. And yeah, what ended up happening is that our wonderful keeper, David De Gea, missed a penalty. Can't blame him, man. He's a keeper, so he doesn't take kicks all the time. But yeah, that happened, and then Chelsea ended up winning. And yeah, it's just been like a sad day for everybody, man. Chelsea ended up winning the league. God dang it. These guys, man, like always, bro. We hope that Manchester United gets to their old glory days, back when we had Ronaldo, or the likes of Ronaldo, Rooney, doing this nice, pairing, enjoying themselves, and winning matches. We really miss you, Sir Alex Ferguson. Wherever you are, hopefully you are well rested, but the team kind of really needs you. That being said, I'm just an old school hack who enjoyed the sport at its heyday, and I don't follow the young guns play as much, but let's see what happens, man. It's been a crazy year. It's been a crazy 2 years. COVID has thrown everyone's plans and timelines in and out of the way, so I'll cut some slack to the team. That's all I have on Sporty Saturdays today, but let's move to the next segment of this podcast, which is one of my favorite segments, and it's favorite because I made it, and it's called Sharmalization. That's right. In Sharmalization, I'm going to talk a little bit about my idea, Sharmal's idea of what the essence of civilization should be like. So, on today's segment of Sharmalization, I will rant a little bit about air conditioners. I have one here right now. I can't use it. It's too loud. It messes with my god dang recording. So, I recommend that ACs be built with a 25 to 30 minute timer as compared to like a longer timer for like 1 hour, which seems to be the industry standard. I have noticed this because I like and enjoy user experiences. Indian people understand what user experiences are. They're just not able to word it very well. And they'll just be like, यार इसका ये feature functionality चला रहे, कुछ चला है इसका, ये मेरा ये वो iPad काम नहीं कर रहा है इसका काम बना. But anyways, so why I think this needs to be put into effect is because this would result in more effective cooling, saving on an electricity bill, and optimizing the use of, let's say, your device, and the device being the air conditioner. I have an air conditioner, which unfortunately, like, I don't want to keep getting up. I know I have a remote, but I have like this obsessive compulsive disorder where I need to go and switch off the stabilizer. I feel like it's a Indian middle class thing where you're like, if you don't switch it off mentally, only your dad is like hitting you with a slipper inside your brain, and in order to avoid the slipper bashing, physically and mentally, I have to go and switch off said stabilizer, which is at the other end of the room, and that really irritates me if I am deep in thought, taking down some notes for Informal with Shormal. Man, you guys won't be able to get this amazing content that's in my head. What the hell am I supposed to do then, huh? I have to tell the stupid AC man, shut the hell your mouth, stupid device. But if we get the 25 to 30 minute integration, then I feel what happens is that not only does the device switch off on its own, residual electricity costs will be saved, and if we can also maybe build in like a self intuitive stabilizer shut mechanism into the switches, bruv, we can save enough electricity to power the gosh darn Bhakra Nangal Dam. For Indian people, you know what's up. People who are listening from abroad who don't know what Bhakra Nangal Dam is, it's one of the largest like hydroelectric powered dams in India. I have enough water. I be walking around like I'm Moses, bro, just parting seas and like chilling, saying hey, what's up to my Jewish friends. Shout out to my Jewish audiences. You all know who you are, so thank you for tuning in always. But that's all I have for today on the Shormalization segment. Now, I've been thinking a lot about some other segments I'd like to include in this long recording, or I guess now videotaping of me talking into the microphone, and also looking into a dual lens simple camera setup. But the new segment that I'd like to introduce is Achhe Bachche segment. That's right. For non-Indian audiences, that means the Good Boy segment. Now, under the Achhe Bachche segment, today what I will be talking about is अच्छे बच्चे क्या करते हैं? What do we do? Good boys like myself. Wait, let me get a little good boyish. Good boys like myself are infamous for a couple of things. We like to clean our rooms. Check. We open windows, curtains, and stretch and walk outside. Yeah, they are open. You're getting all this wonderful natural light. Check. And we like to drink 10 glasses of water and press clothes one day before the actual day starts. Sounds very stupid when I say it. The night before, you have something important like a videotaping for the IWS podcast. So again, look, pressed, check. And I just want to take this minute or so of you guys listening to promote Achhe Bachche or Good Boy activities. The world is a crazy place right now. All kinds of interesting things are happening, and what we really require is understanding good manners and good habits from all individuals. So if you can get your hands on a barber, get your hair cut. It will not only physically but mentally help you, as it has helped me at a lot of times. I like to get my fade. I enjoy the coolness of the breeze going through my head. And I enjoy drinking water, staying hydrated, and working on my tasks. So, with that in mind, I say let's grab our day by the balls and yank it until we reach our desired level of success. So I hope this long videotaping of me talking into the microphone has been enjoyable for you, and I would really request you to come back to the next one. Spread the good word, and remember, this show is sponsored by the wonderful folks at Strategic Management Alliance, and this is your host Sharmal. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.